Nigeria is not Federal Republic of Gumi. You don't represent Muslims. You don't represent the North. You barely even represent common sense. When they were doing the kidnapping, you didn't have any moral outreach. You were silent most of the time. I think you and these terrorists need to just pack yourselves, enter a bus or a lorry, and go and build your own country elsewhere. You can't kutapi. Just go. Create your own country, make your rules there, enjoy yourself. Nobody will come there to come and stress you. Than Allah, than Annabi. Because here, we're busy trying to stay alive. First of all, what do you mean by they are part of us? Whose family are they? And why do you keep saying us? Because I want to understand, what does us mean? What is the meaning of us? Who is us? You and who? Them and who? Where? How? They're not part of me. They're not part of my family. I don't know them. I will never know them. We need to clarify, because I am sure that I am not related to these people. I'm not related to them. I don't know about you, but I'm not related to them. Every time Nigeria tries to move forward, this guy just pops up like malaria with a sermon that nobody asked for. Terrorists are around sneezing, and the minute you hear it, you will just rush like one PR manager. You're always worried about their feelings, always worried about, what they're doing, always talking about how, the decisive actions are immoral. You're not a policy maker. You're not the government. Nigeria is not run by clerics with Facebook pages. It is run by elected officials. And let's not forget, the soldiers are actually dying in the field. While you're here, going around, justifying what these people are doing. Rest. Rest. Please. Please. We're begging you. We're begging you, please, just rest. Because you don't speak for the Muslims, as I said. You don't speak for us. You don't speak for the North. Uncle, please. Please. I don't even want to be rude. You speak as if Nigeria belongs to you personally. And maybe we're tenants in your compound. Because newsflash, we are not. We are not. And at this point, I think that the most patriotic thing for you to do is to just stop talking. Please, just stop talking and leave us alone. We are tired. We are tired. Nigeria's security strategy is not your WhatsApp group. Sit this one out. It's like you hate our progress. Please, you hate anytime we are making, you just go like pimple. Every time terrorism is mentioned, like overnight pimples, never with solutions, just to undo all the progress that we have made. Always trying to soften the image of these terrorists and making us look like we're complicit. You're not the conscience of Nigerian Muslims. Nobody elected you. You're not the spokesman. Please. You're not the class prefect. You don't get to frame national security as a religious morality play every time a bomb drops. If you have a real plan, fine. Submit it through the proper channels. If not, please stop freelancing with our national trauma, because we are tired. On behalf of everybody, like this is on behalf of everybody, from Lagos to Calabar, from Kano to Ekiti, to everywhere. There is a difference between raising concerns and constantly inserting yourself into every security matter like one self-appointed referee. Nigerians want peace. We're not looking for endless commentary that sounds like, you're always 1 second away from apologizing for terror. Every time you speak, your contribution seems to blur the line between, condemnation and excuse. The country is bleeding. Soldiers are dying. Communities are literally under siege as we speak. Most Nigerians, we just want it to stop. That's all. We're not asking you for anything. Please, just stop. What you're doing right now is not commentary. It is theater. And the last time I checked, nobody is buying the tickets to watch. If you want a country where you call the shots, go and build one. As I said earlier, pack yourself, enter a lorry, go and build your own country, because you have no authority here. Stop acting like your opinion is national strategy. If you have nothing constructive to say, please just go quiet. Or go and sue Saudi Arabia in court so that you can enter for Hajj, because you have bigger problems. From where I stand, you have bigger problems. Stop pushing narratives that makes the entire Muslim faith and people from the north look like we're all condoning this thing, like we like it. Like you're spoiling the image. You're making us look like we don't want peace, like we're enjoying it. If you can't influence the argument, logically, just leave us alone, because what you're doing now, it just feels like endless repeat of a loop. You're always just saying the same thing in a million different ways. Today you say it like ABC. Tomorrow you say BCA. Next tomorrow you say CAB. Please. Wallahi tallahi mungaji. Please. Dan Allah, dan Annabi ka alimu. Dan Allah.
Yeah, I want to say that it's a pleasant surprise. Understand? This is one of the best news I have seen in recent times. You understand? Because of the level of insecurity in Nigeria, we have a security architecture that has been overwhelmed over time. You understand? And we see terrorists daring the entire entity called Nigeria, which is supposed, not to be so. So when Nigeria was designated country of particular concern, I was one of those who, expressed my feelings. I was happy because I am from the northern extraction as well. You understand? If people from that part will tell you what they have seen, suffered over time, particularly in regards to Christian genocide, I'm not, I will not narrate to Christian genocide, but then there is a genocide which is a reality, but other people of other faith were also killed. You understand? So this news, I can tell you, to Christians in the north, is the best Christmas gift. They will wake up today, to see this as one of the best things that has happened in their life, because we were helpless at a point. You understand? And then this came. So I want to use this opportunity to thank Donald Trump first, for listening to the cries of Nigerians, and then for acting. It came at a time nobody was expecting. I remember there was a time I was saying on this platform, somebody was trying to roll out possible attack from America. I said, if you don't know Donald Trump, go and study again the history of Trump. He has never said a thing he will not do. And eventually he has carried out this attack. It's a good news. Even though I want to advise Nigerian government to beef up security in the north, because there may be possible reprisal attack from sympathizers of these terrorists. They should beef up security. There should be security everywhere, particularly the vulnerable areas. Security should be on ground, because I can assure you some of the sympathizers of these guys will want to take it upon themselves, and then will want to attack innocent people. It's a good news, and we expect that our leaders should learn from this experience. We have allowed this thing to fester. It has gotten to a point that we played politics with this over the years. I remembered, where is the Almajiri school built by Jonathan? UNESCO gave a report to Jonathan when Boko Haram were ravaging Nigeria under his time. They told him the solution to Boko Haram is education. And Jonathan decided that we should have a fused Arab and Western education put together, and he built Almajiri schools. Buhari came and scrapped Almajiri schools, and matters became worse. You understand? If you educate the people, they start thinking like human beings. You understand? They become civilized. You understand? But a situation where, a government, Buhari scrapped it. He is coming from another extraction. I expected him to do more. Jonathan and Southerner was the one who did it. You understand? He came, he scrapped it, matters became worse. This is good news, and I like the fact that Trump started in Sokoto. See, these guys are super intelligent. And you remember there was a time they were saying ban Sharia, ban Sokoto, and whatever. And then it was not a mistake that he started in Sokoto. It was to send a warning that whatever it is, whoever you think you are, America can get you. You understand? And I want to beg Trump to collaborate with Nigerian military. But we also need to do some work in our own part, push the military of corruption, because we keep on, putting money on defense with no result. And that's why we talk about probing whatever money that is now put on ground. Some people should be called for questioning. There should be transparency. How can we give money in trillions? And then at the end of the day, the same thing we are tackling is still there. In fact, it's even getting worse. It's not possible to put a 5 trillion naira on it, to tackle the Twitter, you are not getting results. I thank Donald Trump, and I think it's a wake-up call to our leaders. They should do more. They should strategize. They should seek for military help from America in terms of training, retraining. In terms of military hardware, we must invest so much. If it is possible, it should be done in a way that where you are now a third party to do the procurement for you, corruption will go down line. They should find a way of doing this procurement where taxpayers' money will be used judiciously. Once again, thank you, Donald Trump. I'm so happy today. I'm one of the happiest person because I'm a Christian Northerner.